Okay, step 1, you need to cut out your fabric. So your fabric should be about 1 A4 paper size. So you should be as big as this paper. And you're ready to move on to the next stage. Okay, so now it's the step 1 and 2. So now we have our fabric cut it. We're gonna fold it with the right side together. And then after you fold it, you're gonna measure 4 centimeters from the top. And then you're gonna cut a 1 centimeter slip right there with a fabric shear. Make sure the top is 4 centimeters, and then you're gonna cut a slip over there. And your fabric should now look like this with a little snip. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to step 3. So you're gonna have your fabric now looks like this. So right now we have our little snip on both ends. What you need to do is to fold over those snip and then secure it with a pin. So each of you gonna get a set of pin, and you're gonna take one pin to hold your fabric temporarily. Be careful with your fingers, and then just pin your fabric. So we have our fabric folded over. Same for the other end. We're gonna take a pin and secure it with a pin. And now your fabric should look like this. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to step number 4. Now we have our fabric being pinned. What we're gonna do next is to sew over with straight line. Remember to backstitch both ends, okay? And we're gonna repeat that for the other side as well. So remember the setting should be 2.501. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to step 5 and 6. So before we made our straight stitches on both folding ends on the top, and now we're just gonna make a little zigzag on the top. So you're gonna change your sewing machine setting to 333, and you're gonna do a little zigzag on the top. Don't forget to backstitch both ends. And after you got the zigzag, you're gonna take a chalking pencil to mark, to make a little line right below the slip that you make. Okay, so this is step 7 and 8. And we're gonna fold it and then do a straight stitch. So before we have our fabric like this, and we made a little marking right there. So now we're just gonna fold our fabric from the top all the way to the marking line. And you're gonna secure that fold by using some pins. And always remember, be careful when you're using a pin with your finger. But what you need to do is pin over your fabric. So now I have my pins over, and you're gonna take your fabric all the way to the sewing machine and then stitch some straight line. Okay, so now I've got my straight stitches. Don't forget to backstitch both ends. Moving on to next 2 steps. So we're gonna do a folding first. So we're gonna fold the right side together, and you will see those stitches on the top. And what you need to do next is to sew from top to the bottom with straight stitches, and also from left to right on straight stitches, and zigzag the edges too. So your fabric should now look like this with the zigzag on the edges. And that's it for step 9 and 10. Okay, so now we're almost done. So what you need to do next is to turn the inside out. so the right side will be showing on outside. Okay? Okay, so the last step is to add that drawstring into our pencil case. So you need your pencil case with the casing and a one like 40 centimeters each string. If you get this string, you're gonna make a little knot at the end. So you're gonna make a little knot first. After you make a knot, you're gonna take a safety pin at the back table, and you can just let the safety pin go through that knot. And we're gonna use that helpful tool, the safety pin, to help us to get through the casing. So you take your safety pin and push that through the casing. I don't know if you can see, but we're gonna push that safety pin into the casing. Okay, and then you just need to move that safety pin. So that will help a lot, and it will be much easier to just move around that safety pin, and then your string is getting into the casing. And after you take or move the safety pin all the way out, your string is on and your pencil case is ready. Ta-da! You're done! So now you get a pencil case.